that is Super Bowl Sunday, 1991. I walk into a home video store in my little town here in Prospect, Connecticut, where I still live. And my daughter wanted a video. In those days, a VHS, as you probably recall.
Right, right,
I think
right.
you're old enough.
Yeah.
And we walk in, and on one of the lower shelves, which is good marketing when you're really trying to reach the youngest among us. And she picked this Barney and the Backyard Gang video out. And she was not a big videophile, Rob. I mean, she really wasn't, but she really wanted to bring it home. And I said, sure, it looks innocuous enough. It was called A Day at the Beach. And voila, she wanted to watch that over and over and over. And I had to go in to see what was going on because I had to reverse the tape for her and such in those days. And I sat down and said, well, this might be worth taking a look at. Now, I was the head of programming for Connecticut Public Television. And people have to understand how public television works. PBS does not produce any programming. PBS.
Oh,
Yeah, it's interesting. People don't that's a key difference between PBS and other networks because PBS is not a network. Well, there was a call at that time in 1991 for some new children's programming because while we had the best Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers, we needed more quantity because cable television was having such an impact on children's television with Nickelodeon. So they put out this call for new programming. And I was not going to answer the call because I didn't have anything, Rob. And children's programming is the holy grail of public television. And if you're going to get into that game, you better know what you're doing. I called Cheryl Leach the day after I sat down to watch what this Barney character did. Now, this was an early adaptation of Barney. Barney's changed colors, or at least the hues of purple, many different times. And the Barney character and costume and approach has changed dramatically if you watch it over the years. Clearly, we had to make many changes to satisfy PBS. But I called Cheryl Leach, the creator, and the next day, that Monday after the Super Bowl Sunday. And I said, Cheryl, have you ever thought of PBS? And she said, PBS? Well, in a kind of Texas twang, tell me more. And so I did. And about 4 months later, we walked away with $2.25 million from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. And we co-produced Connecticut Public Television along with the Lions Group and then some new partners that came along who bought Barney later. And there we were about 18 years later into this incredible ride that we took. I never imagined it. I call it my innocent find. And it was all because, and here's a life lesson, listen to those little ones around you when they have insights that you can't have. So why was I, as an adult, able to see the potential of Barney? I listened to my daughter.